Hello, I'm Andrea, and I'm so delighted to have the gorgeous, amazing Judy Cranston here, who's from Esoteric Hypnotherapy. And she's had a very successful business as soul rocker music with kids in New Zealand. So, the beautiful Judy has been working with me for a few months in the intuitive client magnetism program. And Judy had put out a vision for her 3-month business goal. And Judy, would you like to share what happened?
Yeah, sure. So I usually put random crazy goals when I'm doing a financial goal, and that particular quarter, I just put $30,000, even though I was like, yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to happen. And I didn't even really think about it at all. Just before I went overseas, I ended up getting a humongous royalty payment, like at least $10,000 more than I thought it was going to be,
Yes.
which was amazing, and it was what I'd asked for that day. I needed the money for my trip, and it came through. But it wasn't till about 6 weeks later when I actually finished my tracking, and I went back to my tracking for the money and realized it actually made 38,000 that quarter, and I was just like, wow, I made all this money. I didn't even realize I made this money. One of the things was because I hadn't even bothered to actually go back and look. So I didn't get my celebration point till I went back and looked. But then after that, I was like, yeah, okay, we can do these amazing things.
That is awesome. I think that's amazing. And you also had a few challenges for a few months around that time as well, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah, I sure did. Because I'd committed to going overseas to Europe. So I'm in New Zealand. So it was a big, big cost. And at the same time, we had other financial issues come up, which I won't go into because the
Yes.
list is long, but
We all have them. We all have them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so literally it was a Sunday morning, a few days before I had to fly out, and I had $7,000 or something like that left that I needed for my trip. And I was just pretty much did a massive meditation and embodiment, I think, of who I am. It really was. It's like, this is what I'm here for. Like, it's not like I need this money. Not that.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I'm here. This is what I'm here for. I need the money. And it was a different kind of need. It was not
Mm.
the needy need. I don't know if that's making sense. But anyway, that was a Sunday morning, and Sunday night I got an email saying that my royalty check had, well, what was I was expecting about 6 or 7 grand, and I got 22,000.
22,000
Yeah.
in royalties. Yay! Oh, what I love about that, I really love your story, Judy, because also there was some family illness, wasn't there, at that time, around that time,
Yeah.
with with someone in hospital that
Yeah.
you're very
That's
close
right.
to.
Yeah.
And so you had all those challenges, plus your nervous system was a little bit fried. And what was lovely about it was when we were doing the coaching was like, let's be open to money coming in multiple ways that's sustainable for your health and your heart and your nervous system. And that's what you manifested.
Yeah.
So what was exciting about that. It wasn't like you didn't really work hard to get that money, did you?
No, not at all. The hardest thing I had to do was go, what? I lifted my arms up.
So is that different from what you're used to in business, working hard to get the money?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
funny though, because I've always had this thing from years ago that I want to be able to live off my royalties. Like it's been a thing, and I've had one business coach who said, well, that's not possible. But it didn't really carry on with him. But um it's kind of like I've sort of had that as a goal, and but it's hasn't kind of got to the point we can actually go, well, look, it's starting to look like it is possible. So yeah, it's really nice to think that that side of my business, the kids, because that's the kids music side, can actually support the new soul stuff that's coming through. And so
Mm.
often we have to have a choice of, we can't work full time, and we have to, like we're trying to build that business and still do that, but now I can actually just step right back from Kindy Rock, and it's still providing me an income without me having to do anything, literally,
Yes.
apart from writing
And,
an invoice every couple of months.
and that Kindy Rock business you had for about 14 years, didn't you?
Yeah, 16
Yeah.
years been going.
16 years.
Yeah.
And you were teaching people about music, is that right?
Yeah.
Teaching teachers in schools and about music.
Yeah.
And
So
what I love about your kindy rock business, didn't you was the top in New Zealand or something with it?
yeah, right at the same time. Yeah, I just got awarded the preschool music award for the best song. And it's the first time they've actually had a preschool category. So all of this time I've been creating this music that's been used literally all around the world, and never been able to get an award. And then finally, just back in May, so it was all at the same time, all in the same week, pretty much.
So it was almost like you manifested an award specifically that was ideal for you, and you winning the award and getting the most, was it downloads or live streams for that music? Was that right, or something like that?
Well, it's um, not necessarily for that music, but overall, yeah,
Yeah.
overall, it's all my body of work. Yeah.
So
So,
all of your body of work was the most in New Zealand of being downloaded of
oh
your
yeah, yeah,
music.
that's right. The highest,
Wow.
yeah, the
So
highest
what's
streaming.
really amazing for anyone listening, thank you for sharing, Judy, is that Judy had a very successful business already with Kindy Rock, but then she really felt the soul calling to go and do this esoteric hypnotherapy, right? But part of her mind was saying, I don't really want to do the kindy rock. But all we did in the coaching was, let's just be open that you don't have to do the kindy rock, but you can still receive reward from all of your 16 years of effort. So you'd
Yeah,
already planted the seed, and you'd already grown a successful tree and abundance already from that. So you allowed yourself to let go and receive the ingrown abundance that you'd already built already. And that money came in an easy way for your nervous system and health, because your nervous system and health really didn't feel like getting out there and working hard. And I love it. So don't you think it's a great story?
yeah, it is a
That
great
you
story.
actually that your intuitive well-being knows the easiest way for you to manifest, impact, income, wealth, and health without
Mm,
burning you out.
yeah,
And it
that's
came in a way through royalties without her having to work really hard.
yeah,
And she got to go to Europe and have a life-changing trip, didn't you?
yeah, that's
Tell us
right.
about your trip to Europe.
Well, the trip to Europe was really about my soul path, my soul journey, and then you. So I'm creating music that's my tag, soul rocker. So I've gone from kindy rock to soul rocker.
Yes.
Yeah, and realizing that I'm here on the planet to do a lot more than just write a few songs. I'm here on the planet to raise the consciousness of the earth, and I can't do that sitting in my little office in New Zealand. So really going and being opened up to the energies around the world for to allow my gifts to flow in deeper and more tangible ways, more embodied ways. And that's what I love
Mm.
about work that we're doing. And Andrea, is that helping me to embody, like I've always had the spiritual side and the woo-woo here in my head, but it's never actually been able to flow into an actual thing. So
Mm.
um, that's what my trip was about, really, just opening myself up to more amazingness. Because I know we are like that, and then coming back and then putting it into place. So what does that actually look like? Yeah.
And what was amazing about your trip, remember you got unexpectedly when you were in Ireland, you was doing some training, you got invited to sing at a concert, was it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was a festival. So I took my guitar all the way around the world. It was just kind of like my little cross that I decided I had to bear. I'm not sure why, but I won't be doing that again. But it was good to have it. And yeah, I got invited to sing at a festival in Ireland. And I also recorded two songs while I was in Ireland as well. So that was
yes.
really, yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that you got invited to sing in Ireland was amazing, because you didn't have to do any marketing to get those people there. Well, how
No,
many people were there? Was it about 6,000 or something?
not that many, but there was, I don't know, maybe I'm not sure what it was over the day, but maybe 3 or 4 or 500. It was a
3 or 4 or
small,
500. But
yeah,
these are 3 or 4 or 500 people that get to see you for free
yeah,
without you having to do the work to get the 500 people
yeah,
bums on seats, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
right.
what's the lesson of this, that you didn't have to do the work to get those
Yeah,
people on those
that's
seats?
right. I didn't have to do anything. Yeah,
That was complete gift out of the blue, and you didn't even expect that, right?
yeah. No, it was a dream.
So your vision's already coming alive, but it's coming alive in a magical way, a way that you hadn't necessarily planned, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And it was easier than you thought, wasn't it?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah. Because what would you have thought you would have had to work at that to get 500 people in front, in front
yeah,
of you?
yeah,
What would you have
absolutely.
had to do before to get 500 people, listening to
Absolutely.
your music?
Um, well, that's a lot of, I don't know, actually, I've never really, I mean, I've done that in the band. We've had big gigs when I was banding, so have a huge background of doing performing and growing and growing from, from little gigs to big gigs to big gigs, and having to market to people and having to hustle, having to
Yeah.
know where everything was on, and having to make sure you put yourself there in the right time at the right place. But
And how many months of work would that take?
I was just thinking back to when I used to do bands, so we would do big gigs. We were working for sort of 4 or 5 years before we got to that sort of size gig. So a lot of months, a
Yeah.
lot of work.
So a lot of months and a few years to get to that, and there it was just handed to you on a platter.
Mm, yeah,
So do you see the impact of when we follow our intuitive alignment, intuitive well-being, and you're following your heart's calling as well to do this amazing esoteric hypnotherapy. Judi is amazing. I don't know if any of you have heard her music and some of her songs, but they're deeply heartwarming and resonant. And plus, she's got that music background with her esoteric hypnotherapy. I highly recommend you check her out. She's amazing.
thanks, Andrea.
I feel so much love for you. You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd love to share before we finish up?
Well, I just think that we should all dream big and bigger, because we are all incredible beings of light, and we can do amazing things. So,
Yes!
yeah,
Let's unite together in love and collaboration for a better, more aligned, more resonant, more peaceful world. What else is possible?
yeah, that's right.
Every single one of us makes a difference. Thank you, Judi, for making your difference in this world.
Thank you.